Every Who down in Cartoonville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. Hey there everybody, it's Jason the Cartoon Fan, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray of the original version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Everyone knows the famous redemption story of the Grinch. The story was originally published as a book in 1956, and 10 years after that, we got an animated TV special about it. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So, of course, this special is an iconic classic. It was directed by Chuck Jones, the same Chuck Jones who worked on all the Looney Tunes, and you could see that influence in the art style of the special, which Dr. Seuss famously disliked, but I don't know. Oh, I guess I can't help but feel a little bit bad for him that it doesn't quite match the original art style of how the book looked. But I honestly don't mind too much because it still looks really nice and it's still such an iconic look for him. Say what you will about Chuck Jones's Tom and Jerry shorts, but without those, we probably wouldn't have the Grinch as he appeared in his iconic form in the animated TV special, because he used the same animation style for drawing Tom in the Tom and Jerry shorts he directed as he used for the Grinch. So, yeah, there's a fact for you. So, now don't hate me for saying this, but I actually do like the 2000 live-action movie of The Grinch. Yes, some of its humor is not very Dr. Seussy, but I still think it's pretty good because Jim Carrey does an awesome job as the Grinch, and Cindy Lou Who was pretty cute in that movie too, though I still like how in this special she's voiced by June Foray. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword of sorts. But this is the first version of The Grinch that I've gotten on any kind of physical media, because it's the first that was ever made, so I figured it might as well be the first one I get. So, this isn't the first time that The Grinch has been released on a physical disc media. Far from it, in fact. In 2001, if I remember correctly, the original DVD of the special was released. And in one of the worst instances of digital destruction ever, the Grinch was somehow colored mustard yellow for the transfer on that DVD release. But then, in 2006, for the 50th anniversary of the original story, i.e. the book, not the special, which was 40 at the time. And yes, I'm correcting an error here because I thought this special came out in 1967, but it was actually 66. Warner Brothers released a new DVD that restored the Grinch back to his original green color. Thank God. Then, in 2009, we got the first Blu-ray of the special. That Blu-ray was reissued under a new slipcover, but the disc inside was pretty much the same, back in 2015. And now we have this version, the Ultimate Edition, which came out in 2018. What is the difference between this release and the original Blu-ray of the special? The big difference is that it has both of the sequel specials to The Grinch. The Grinch is the Cat in the Hat, and Halloween is Grinch Night, both of which came out in the 1980s, 2 decades after this special was released. I've seen them before. They're not as iconic as this special, of course, but they're still pretty good. I especially love the Cat in the Hat crossover. I don't know. I mean, it seems like an odd combination at first, the Grinch getting paired up with the Cat in the Hat, but it's an interesting special. This takes place after the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and he still redeemed himself, but he is trying to prove that he's still evil, so he tries to mess around with the Cat in the Hat. I'm not going to try to spoil too much of that special for those who haven't seen it, but it's interesting. I recommend watching it if you were to get this Blu-ray. As far as I know, it's the first time that that special has been released on physical media. But it's not the first time that Halloween is Grinch Night was ever released on physical media. Back in 2004, if I remember correctly, it was released as a bonus feature on Universal's DVD of the Dr. Seuss on the Loose special, the one that features the shorts based on the Sneetches, the Zacks, and Green Eggs and Ham, but it was labeled as Green Eggs and Ham and Other Stories on that DVD. So, yeah, it's the first time it's been released on physical media by Warner Brothers, who currently owns the distribution rights to all of the Dr. Seuss TV specials. So, there's that. So, yeah. But what's interesting is that the rights to the majority of the Dr. Seuss specials belonged to Universal back in the 2000s before Warner Brothers grabbed the rights. But Warner Brothers always had the rights to the original special of show. Well, this special in particular, because technically the first Dr. Seuss special to come out was the one for The Cat in the Hat, also directed by Chuck Jones and featuring the late great Alan Sherman as the cat. Unfortunately, he passed away by the time the Grinch crossover was made, so he wasn't able to voice him there. Oh well. Alrighty, now that all that is out of the way, let's get the actual review started by taking a look at the package. So on the top it says that it has the Blu-ray, a DVD, and a digital copy code. And over here we see the Grinch and Max, and on the top it says Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Ultimate Edition. And what I really love about this slipcover is that it's glittery all over the front. It's color green to match the Grinch, of course, and it's super shiny. I really, really like this slipcover very much. I would hate it if it got any sort of damage. There's a little dent on the right side over here, but other than that, the slipcover looks fine. In case you were wondering, I got this at Best Buy, and it was $8, which might seem a little bit expensive, but keep in mind, this is the Ultimate Edition. It has 2 extra specials that were not on the previous Blu-ray, and there's also the bunch of special features that we're going to get into in a bit. The left and right sides of the slipcover both look pretty much the same. They have the Blu-ray icon, the Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas logo, the Ultimate Edition, and the Warner Brothers logo. Alrighty, so here is the back. The description reads, "All mean, all green. It's the Ultimate Edition of the holiday classic. It's holiday decorations, joyful singing, and gifts galore down in Whoville. But in the mountains above, there's a chill in the Grinch's heart. For this green, grumpy grouch despises all that is Christmas and the happiness it brings. With his reluctant dog Max, the Grinch devises a plan to put an end to it all. No feast, no presents, no Christmas-time cheer." Based on the beloved book by Dr. Seuss and packed with extra content, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Ultimate Edition, is a treasure that belongs under every tree. Includes 2 newly remastered Grinch's specials as extras. The Grinch, Grinch's the Cat in the Hat, and Halloween is Grinch Night. And then here's a little listing of all the special features. You can pause here if you want to read all this. And at the bottom, we have the Warner Brothers logo and some legal information. Again, you can pause here if you want to read all of this information here. Alrighty, so here is the actual Blu-ray case. The artwork is pretty much the same as on the slipcover, except that the legal information looks a little bit different. So I'm just going to show you right here so you can pause it if you want to read it again. Alrighty, so now that we've taken a look at the front of the package. Let's open this baby up and see what's inside. Looks like I have to get a better grip on this wrapping here. There we go. Alrighty. So first off, we have the digital copy code, which I'm of course not showing you the front of because I was kind of wanting to save it in case I ever get Voodoo or some other app to use this for. And then here is the inside. Unfortunately, the artwork that's on the disc isn't very spectacular looking. Both discs have Max on them, and the artwork looks pretty much the same on both the DVD and the Blu-ray. That's unfortunate, but I came here for the content that's on the disc, not the artwork that's actually on it. It's not super bad looking, just a little bit generic. I still rather have this than the boring white and blue discs that are on Disney's modern day physical media disc. So, there's that. Alrighty. As for the actual review, I would give this Blu-ray a solid 5 out of 5, without a doubt. Of course, this special is iconic and I really like it, and the two bonus specials, despite being made 2 decades after the original, are pretty good too, but not as good, of course. As for the AV quality, it, not surprisingly, looks really good on this Blu-ray. Of course, they remembered to make the Grinch green for this transfer. That's good. And the 2 bonus specials look good too, but admittedly they don't look quite as good as the main attraction, but that's okay. The main attraction is the main reason why most people want to get this Blu-ray, so I don't mind that the other 2 specials don't look quite as clean. They still look good, just not quite as clean as how the main attraction looks. The same thing applies with the audio. Somehow, the main special gets a stereo treatment for the audio, while the 2 sequel specials, despite being made in the 1980s, so you would assume that they would have stereo tracks to begin with, are in mono sound. Although, unlike most Warner Brothers releases that have their audio for the feature presentations in mono sound, the sound is encoded within 2 channels. So if you're one of the few people in the world who still have those surround sound speakers, the same audio comes out of 2 channels instead of just having that audio come out of just one of them. Oh well, I guess that's better than just having a single channel of audio, I guess. But I still would have preferred having the specials in stereo like the first one, for consistency's sake, if nothing else. Though the audio is still pretty good. It doesn't sound muffled or anything like that. They cleaned it up the best they could. So the special features on here are pretty good too, including interviews with some of the people in charge of making the special, including the late June Foray. Rest in peace, June Foray. And also, there's a really cool TV special that originally aired on TNT that's hosted by the late Phil Hardman. Yes, the same Phil Hardman who voiced Troy McClure on The Simpsons. Talking about the making of the special. It's pretty cool despite its promotional nature because it's from the 90s, so it has that sort of retro vibe going for it that you don't really see in promotional videos nowadays. So it's cool. And there are some sing-along modes for some of the music numbers and some other little goodies too. Now, I'm not sure if all the special features from the special's previous physical media releases are on this Blu-ray, but I'm pretty sure they are, but I don't have any of those other releases for direct comparison. So I can't really confirm anything. Overall, though, this is a pretty nice release. If for some reason you haven't picked this special up on physical media already and you have a Blu-ray player, go for this. Just go for it. It's a really awesome release and I definitely recommend it if you love this special. And for those die-hard Grinch / Dr. Seuss fans who already have the 2009 Blu-ray of the special, I still recommend getting this version for the 2 bonus specials if you're like a Dr. Seuss completionist or something like that. It would be really cool if someday Warner Brothers released a special collection featuring all of the original Dr. Seuss TV specials. It would be, especially since they're apparently making a new CGI animated Cat in the Hat movie that's coming out in 2022, if I remember correctly. So it would be a good way to promote that movie if they were to release all the specials together. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas, because the day that I'm filming and uploading this is Christmas Eve of 2019. A new video is going to be coming later today, because, it's a tradition for my family to open one present on Christmas Eve, and then before, just as like a teaser of what's to come tomorrow. So I'll make sure to make a video of me unwrapping my one present that I'm going to be opening today, but it won't be until later tonight that I'm making that video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like. Be sure to comment if you want to. And I also want to give a shout out to 2 of my friends. First off, Ryan Pellegrino from Ryan's Treasures. And then Brendan Miller from Brendan the Cartoon and Movie Fan. They've been friends with me for a few years now, and I would have never been friends with them had YouTube not introduced me to them. And I'm really happy that I have good friends like them. So if you're watching this video, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Brendan also has this Blu-ray, and Ryan has the original DVD of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The one with the mustard yellow Grinch, which I'm not really a big fan of, but let me know if you have this Blu-ray, Ryan. I definitely recommend it if you don't already have it. If not for all the extra content, for the fact that they actually managed to make the Grinch green for this transfer. I don't know how you could screw up something like that, Warner Brothers, but I hope you don't make another mistake like that if you ever decide to do more digital remasters for some later Dr. Seuss specials if they ever come on Blu-ray. Because as far as I know, the 3 specials that are on this Blu-ray are the only Dr. Seuss specials that have been released on Blu-ray. So, Warner Brothers, if you're watching this, please release a complete Dr. Seuss TV special Blu-ray collection. I would really love to see that. For the original Cat in the Hat special, the original Lorax special, and also the very obscure Daisy Head Maisie special that aired on TBS and TNT and Cartoon Network back in 1995. Alrighty. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.